Alright, so in this one, we are going to be reacting to a Japanese YouTuber's top characters in the game. I can't read this title, but there is, thankfully, auto-translate that will be happening during the video itself. Obviously, it's just, happen to be a Japanese-based video where they're speaking Japanese, right? This is their top-tier units, and I've seen it. We'll go through it here, but I've seen it, and clearly I do think there's some interesting choices if I'm making a video on this, right? And I'm just curious. This person is someone that's hit rank 1, I believe, multiple times, so you would think they are, knowledgeable what they're talking about, and I just want to give my opinion on their opinion, similar to what I do with the rest of his videos, and hopefully the auto-translate is vague enough or specific enough to where I can kind of fill in the gaps of what's actually being said, because I know it won't give me the exact wording, but hopefully it's good enough. But again, I've seen some things. We'll just stop when things do pop up, obviously, if I'm disagreeing or want to talk about it. But with that being said, let us get into this and see this Japanese player's top, I believe it's 12 characters in the game right now in Dragon Ball Legends. This is literally 4 hours ago, this video, from recording it, so this video is going up. It's been less than a day since, they even put this up, so this is fresh and new.
はい、どうもこんにちは、くにです。ということで、復活ゴジータがね、実装されたんで、最強キャラランキング更新して、こうと思います。
Updating the ranking strongest characters.
含んだランキングなんで、
Personal opinion, yes.
ブーストも考慮していて、
reference only about characters who are not only good, I assume in offense, but also individually. Okay. Or rather, not just team-based, individually as well.
よければね、チャンネル登録、高評価、コメントいただけると、もうすぐレジェンズフェスティバル始まるんで、その時の動画投稿のモチベ、ランキング動画のモチベになるんで、よろしくお願いします。ということでやっていきましょう。はい、まず第12位が、17。
So as you can see, we're starting off here with the bang. LF Android 17 at number 12. What in tarnation are those equipment options? What? I get the uni reps plot there, that third one. You could see it there. I guess that Android one could also be decent on him as well, that fourth one. But those first two options I've never seen run on Android 17 personally. It's nice that he gives equipment options. I do believe here the scoring is like offense, defense, I assume team-based, individual-based, and then, I don't know, durability is not defense per se. One's tanking, one's defense. They're different things. So I assume one of those is those as well. I assume the Z here, instead of Z+, is going to be his offense, right? Which we won't touch into those details. I can't touch into those details, so we'll touch on what's based off here. Number 12 out of 17, as you can tell, in the western side of the world, in North America, and I believe in Europe as well, they are valuing LF17 very high, to where we would rank him in this, I don't even know, minimum top 5. I mean, there's no real, specific number I give this guy, besides, 2 units would have specific numbers, but LF17, we would definitely rank him a lot higher than this. But, again, I'm just interested to see the vagueness, if I can, of, or specificness of why he's where he is.
下げたくなかったよ、こいつめちゃくちゃ。もう最近のキャラ強いの多すぎて、もう必然的にしょうがなく下げたって感じですね。あと腎臓、代表でも使えるけど、特に腎臓っていうパーティーで使われてるキャラなんですが、
Again, this Google Translate's not helping too much.
青属性の再生のぶっ壊れの
I think just looking at the numbers is the best thing. Oh, actually, I didn't even notice there. You could see there he went down 3 rankings. So he was number 9. He actually went down. I guess green unit does come out, that the blue unit does go down. But to be fair, this guy has Goku Frieza alongside him on one team, and then Cell alongside him on the other. So him going down that much, I don't think this Gogeta is very impactful. This Piccolo Gogeta, as most people don't think they're very impactful. But just to point out, he went down a lot. 3 is a lot, especially for this guy. I'm trying so hard for Google to help me here. He didn't want to know him in scenes. You want to put him in the top. It's been a long time since we had characters that can penetrate all the time. So that's his cup pen, obviously. And they do, they're really powerful. He support. Lightning type characters. Double vanish. And all that stuff he can do. Lightning type characters, by the way. Oh! UGB, that's interesting. Those are good equipments for him. Yeah, those are probably the best, I would say so. I really want to know what this first first notch is. That's the god rank symbol for UGB. I don't think there's anything that's like really good in UGB's kit. Finite right now, specifically. I guess maybe in a sense of utility, but yeah, UGB, he actually went up, as you can tell there. The up arrow does exist. Number 11, I could figure this because, I mean, I don't agree with it, but like, I can figure this happened because obviously movie's got a buff, so you could hypothetically run UGB. I guess you could do UGB, Janemba, PyCon. That doesn't sound great, to be honest with you, but like, because you're running into gamers in Kid Buu. I don't think you're running into them like every single match, but you're running into them like consistently enough to like kind of fear. That's something you have no red to protect UGB, so I don't know, like, this is a little bit crazy. Like, LS17 below UGB, that's just crazy to me, because Android is such a strong team, and I'd assume, because I don't fully remember the whole list, that UVB is high up because Android 17 is very low, that they're valuing UVB as a very good unit against even Androids, which he is, and that would make sense. It's just LS17 below UGB is something probably you and I are like, huh? You know, huh? But we're gonna try to read this here and understand it. Also, he's on feature books, UGB.
ブルーゴジータですね。去年のフェスティバルの最後のね第3弾かなのキャラクターですね。いやもうすごいよ。このドラゴンボールレジェンズっていうね環境がめちゃめちゃね行ったり来たりするゲームの中で1年前のキャラがね未だにね環境で戦えるって本当にすごいことだと思います。いやマジですごい。念願のね合体戦士にライジング疑惑、しかも復活がもらえたんで、もうこいつはね環境でかなり見るようになりましたね。また赤、緑、村っていうね並びも色相性いいし。
Started to face this guy. I don't think it's because of PyCon Gogeta. If he's again Google Translate, it's not auto YouTube Translate, whatever. It's probably Google Translate, but I assume he's referring to that he's facing him more because he said something along those lines from what I'm reading here, at least. That it's because of PyCon and Gogeta. I don't think that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, but I think it's just because he's in feature boost and people just want to run this Ultra because they haven't been able to run him in a competent setting prior. And also, Janemba pairs with him, right? Blue and purple. His firepower is really bad. Yes, that's blast. This blast suck, I agree.
多少はしてるんですけど、1年前のキャラでこんだけ火力やべえってなるって
ことは has this much.
そうなん
Oh, his damage overall actually
さすがに
firepower.
俺
Okay.
イーストあたりからちょっと火力やべえ
It
な
does suck.
セーブしてきた
But
から
yeah,
あるん
Z
で
stuff.
いやでも本当になんでね火力はめっちゃ通用するし周りのキャラも強い
character around me
という
too.
ことでまあいいでしょこの順位で、まあ、ギリギリ
Fine.
トッ
I
プに入れたかった
wanted
んで
to
11
be
位と
up
してね
top
紹介
in
さ
the
せてもらい
ranking,
ま
so I
す
placed 11.
まあでも
and
ねさすが
sent to
に
you.
フェス
So these are kind of just like his honorable mentions, which LS17 being there is crazy again, obviously.
それとも4色
To
だったり
us.
とかになってくるのか
To
な
us.
まあでもねこのスペックなんでねちょっとフェスティバルねこいつ乗り越えれると俺は信じてるよ、本当にねめちゃくちゃ強いですこいつ。はいということで、1年前のキャラなのにもうほぼ1年前のキャラなのに未だに現役のぶっ壊れのねゴジタブルーが第11位になります。さあそして第10位が
Just to point out, they had a hit at 6 prior to PyCon and Gogeta. I don't know what in the world fucking spawned from PyCon and Gogeta to lower a hit to 10th. I don't think hit is top 10, by the way. But how did hit go from 6th with a random green revival unit to 10th? I don't know, but that's the case. And by the way, I don't know why this list is so different. You know, people will argue, oh, different regions, you know, we're going to face different things. And to an extent, that's true. Like, I'm facing a lot more Janembas and UVBs than Goku Friezas now. Maybe there's, you know, EU that's facing a lot more Goku Friezas, or just overall, no one's facing Goku Friezas, right? That could be a thing. Every region could be facing the same meta. Most of the consistent meta that you and I are facing is going to be in a region and a movie setting, right? Sometimes you face off-the-wall Android, sometimes Goku Frieza, but for the most part, it's that. So, with that being said, again, most regions are facing that. LS17 being so low is, again, baffling to me. Hit being here, hit out of any character really is a wonder to me. Obviously, this really implies that UVB is higher up, because if Hit's fucking here, UVB's gotta be here. It just doesn't make sense. But, yeah, Hit, I don't know. This guy is slow as shit. He needs to do, what is it? 5% per cup pen, so that's 30%. That's 6 cards, whether it be strikes or blasts he has to do. Not to land them, he has to do them to get his full cup pen, which that might not sound like a lot, 6 cards, but considering this guy doesn't have, complete cover null on anything specific, just besides his green card, which you have better green cards on his team, that's not a time skip, right? He's just so slow. I can't see this personally. Like, you look at Janemba, who's like 2-carding people, or like Janemba that's fighting a green unit does like 60% to a green unit in like 5 cards. It's like, oh, and then he got hit in the same meta. It's like, they can't, compete in the same meta together. I don't think that's even feasible, but it's just interesting, again, to watch that people have such a take on this. Again, this is from the take God rank, or rather not God rank, God rank's nothing. Ranked 1 a couple times, it seems, what I've been told. So, you would think, again, they know what to talk about the game. I think hit here is a questionable thing. I don't think it's anything specifically like crazy that he's doing. Maybe the value of the game as in Kid Buu is astronomically high, so hit has to be somewhere mentioned here. But I mean, I have the game as in Kid Buu in like, was it Kid Buu was like 7, 6, and then Gammas are like top 5. So, I'm not valuing hit anywhere because he's just too slow. But we move forward. Really strong. Characters around here are a little removed from the environment. This guy's extremely powerful. After all, he can. What, because it's time skip? I think that's a little bit overvalued. Like, it does do its job, but it's just, what if he dies? He could die first. It's not hard. It's not like it's tanky.
で、青特攻もあるんでね、前のランキングでも話しましたが、削れてるジャネンバとかだったらね、時飛ばし中カウンターされずにね、タコ殴りにして落とすこともできるんで、青だからといって油断するのは本当に良くないキャラクターです。マジでね、こいつ強すぎる。
Yes, don't let him get hit.
で、最近黄色の、ぶっ壊れの新キャラが追加されてなくてね、
I'm not reading any reasonings here.
使えるスペックなんで、また新キャラで黄色来たらさらに評価上がるかもしれませんね。
No character is coming, he will go up. That is how that works. Yes, red does go up. It's just Buu and Gammas, exactly.
前のキャラになってきてるんで、さすがにもうそろそろ黄色のキャラ来そうなんでね、リミテッドだったりウルトラ。ってなるとまたこいつの評価がさらに上がる可能性もあります。はい、ということで第10位がウルトラヒットになります。さあ、そして第9位、
Yeah, this one's gonna shock people. Yeah, I didn't see much. From what, again, it's just me trying to read it here. Obviously, he's maybe explaining stuff that I just can't understand, but so I'm trying to read here. I didn't read anything that was like, yeah, this is why hit's here. Because time skip, I guess, maybe. I couldn't fucking tell you, but that's just my guess. Goku Frieza at 9th. If you had this on your bingo chart, congratulations to you, Goku Frieza being like out of top 10 or right next to it. Here you are, looking at this like, I don't get it. And me neither, honestly. I don't get this. Hopefully there's some explanation I can read here, but they actually went down from 7th to 9th. So prior, they were also below hit. And now again, they're above hit. So it's at least a little better for them, but I guess they went up because Piccolo and Gogeta. Man, there's a lot of stock in Piccolo and Gogeta here, despite most people thinking they're underwhelming. So this person clearly does not.
いや、こいつはね、ちょっと本当にかわいそう。単体性能だけで見たら、もうランキングトップ3とかに全然入れるぐらいのスペックなんですが、
top 3 of the rankings. So low, they're top 3. Understandable. Gammas are around. They got hit right there, to be fair. So alright. Characters like Janemba and Gamma are being used. Yeah, but Goku Frieza hit pretty fucking hard. The thing is, with Goku Frieza, you run them at LF17. LF17 is clearly undervalued here. At least in some specific, setting of at least utility, for fuck's sake, because his utility is very good. And by the way, this Z plus stuff doesn't really mean much, because if the number 12 character has a lot of Z pluses, then everyone's gonna have a lot of Z pluses, right? Like, that's just kind of how that works. Or the God rank symbol, whatever. But, the thing is, LS17, he makes that Janemba stuff not hit badly, but hit a lot worse off. So, pairing LS17 with Goku Frieza, and then you run a hit as that third, which is easily just a really good setup for uni reps. Probably their best setup, you could argue Jiren in some spots, but, right there would be the best setup for that trio. You could deal with the Gammas, you could deal with the big move, and then Janemba doesn't tank. Janemba's pretty actually fragile to deal with, so you just kind of land maybe a strike into a blue, get a lucky little, stop time situation going on there, boom, he's dead. So Goku Frieza, yeah, I don't know about this one.
環境的に戦えるんですけどさっき挙げた3つのパーティーに比べたらやっぱりね勝率だったりが落ちてくるし、まあ、全キャラ持ってたら、まあ、わざわざその、ね、極クリのパーティー使わないよねっていう理由でこの順位。ただ単体スペックとかまだまだ全然戦えるキャラクターではあります。
Character that can fight at all.
って感じですね。でなんかこいつのね消去負荷の特化向こうのキャラクターもねまだ全然最強悟空ぐらいしか実装されてないんで、いや次のフェスとかでさすがに出てくんのかなガンガン。まあ、全然ライジングカウントも今の環境機能しますしね、めちゃめちゃ強力に、なってますね。
I can also debate that you don't need rush. You don't need rush as much anymore, given there's a lot of revival. Units just hit really hard, like UVB, Janemba, Goku Frieza, and units just at the top hit really hard. You don't particularly need to rush right now. Clearly it makes your life a lot easier to just land a rush off like a PV or some bullshit. If you just like get a rush in a setting that you kind of want it. But you don't need to rush, and I will say that probably does diminish them. Do I think they're ninth because of that? No. My God, no. I still think they're fucking number one, matter of fact. But they're, you know, far lengths from like 1 to like 2 is not like this far. It's like, you know, here-ish, right? They're kind of diminishing because units just hit so fucking hard. You don't need to rush, but again, I think this unit is clearly at least top 2, 9. I don't see it. You know, that's just how it is.
得意なキャラクターなんで、まあ、最後までね油断できない。で紫と青両方持ってるんで、まあこいつ持ってればね正直なんか緑だったり黄色だったりの強いキャラ来てももう片方で対応できるんで、っていうのもあってめちゃくちゃコスパいいキャラですよね。
They don't need one
だけで
because
紫
it's
は
not good enough.
どっちもね、持ってるんで、本当に優秀ということで、第9位が、
Number
ですね。さあそして第8位。
It's an offense build, Orange Piccolo, by the way. Like, the equipments are all for offense, too. That first one, not, but the other two, yeah. 8.
絶賛株を大幅に上げてます。俺このパイセンですね。もうこの子
Did
は
he
本
stay
当に
the
ジャネン
same?
バ来てから
He
一緒
stayed
に
the
使う
same,
の
huh?
も
He
そうだ
didn't move.
し、ジャネンバ受
He's
けと
been
して
8.
も超活躍してるんで、もう本当に、一気に株を上げたキャラクターですね。もともと強かったんだけどやっぱ、
Listen, I'm not gonna slander Orange because it's just too easy to do. Really, it is just too easy. And then the character dies so fast. Again, I won't slander him fully, but I get the increase in value right now because, well, he got regen. You know, Janemba came out, he got regen with Cell or Kid Buu and Janemba. And you can obviously argue Piccolo or Kid Buu as that third, right? Solid. Does that make the character this good? No. Or no. I cannot be debated to even think of Orange Piccolo above Goku Frieza. I can't ever see that being the case right now. Yeah, at any time of recency.
しかもこのシーズンに至ってはブーストも乗ってるんで、まあよりね、強く
Yeah, he does have boost. Yeah, he
とんでもないキャ
he
ラクター
fucking needs it. This is literally
そっちなんでね
Orange Piccolo's
こち
peak,
らで周り
probably.
のさっき言った極クリとかヒットとかあの辺に比べるとも
Eight is a sad peak, if that's his peak. Just saying. Which is not
ということと周りのキャラが強い
something a lot of people
本当
would
に何
agree
より
with.
評価できるポイントですね。でサポートもしっかり持ってるんで
Solid
将来性もね
support,
復活もしていくので、
15%. That's alright.
まあゴッドランク上げていいんじゃないかなと思います。編成も再生劇場っていうね環境トップのパーティーで使えるんでもう文句なしのゴッド上げていいね。ただ素の耐久力とかはやや低めなんで、まあそこだけ注意ですね。あとねやっぱ使ってたものがやっぱ待機短縮がね
Zero. Orange Piccolo does not
キャラの
tank.
ゴジータパイク班に比べてやっぱねたくさん持ってるし復活後のねユニゲでコンボカット性能を持ってるん
Is
で
it
妨
combo
害性能もあるんで
escape?
いや
So
本当にちょっとね
you
そ
could
こは
just
俺
three
この
card
魅力
Orange
なんで
Piccolo
なん
before
か
he gets
緑
his
の
gauge.
復
You've
活
seen
で
it a
劇場
billion
で
times.
同じようなまあ
14 star ones.
のキャラ来たかなと思ったら全然こっちもね別の強さ持ってるんで全く腐らない本当にねいいキャラだと思います。ということで第8位が俺コロになります。さあそして第7位が今回の
The new Piccon and Gogeta at 7, above Orange. A lot of people have Orange above Piccon very clearly. They actually have, what is it? Rev UI individually better than Orange, but Orange is better team-wise because regen. And then Rev UI and Orange, both better than Piccon. That's what most people have it. And then Ginyu just being better than all of these motherfuckers just individually, right? Ginyu team-wise, though, is probably worse than Piccolo above Rev UI, give or take that area. My point being, Piccon being the worst of the four. I mean, let's see
新
what
キ
we
ャラ、
can see.
復活ゴジータですね。
I do not agree.
まあ、復
There's
活
not been
も
one I agree with
ね
yet.
しょうがないんですが、さっきの俺この時も話した通り、ややね、最新のキャラクターよりはスペックというか、そのね、キャラパワー自体は低め。ただ本当に復活持っててね、そんだ
So
け
he's
強くした
thinking
ら
about like
しゃあ
their
ないんで
utility more than their
ここは
actual
ね
damage.
しょうがない。で、
The thing is, this
まあ
unit doesn't
なん
have
といっても
utility.
ね合体戦士で復活を持ってるっていうこと、もうこれによってもう将来性ゴッと3つ上げてます。うん。もう今後何年来るか分かんないからね。まあもしかしたらなんか同じような復活合体演出とかのキャラ来るかもですけど、まあしばらくそんなすぐには絶対出てこないんで、まあこいつはもうね、レジェンズってフェスとね、周年に合体のぶっ壊れウルトラが来るのはもう確定してるんで、そのキャラたちと一緒ね、使っていけるライジング受けキャラ、しかもサポートを持ってるしね。ということで、
Support character. It has
た
support.
だね、使いにくいところ
That's why he's getting a high ranking?
待機短縮がめっちゃ
Difficult
短
to
い
use.
の
I don't know
と
about that.
特化は向こうもね、特殊使わないとね、つけれないんで、
I think-
まあ最新のキャラに比べる
So Goku Frieza is very easy to use, right? You just kind of click cards and, you know, you get cover null by going to Frieza, then you do your green card with Goku, get, you know, sub count up, and you just get free combos, right? If a character is hard to use, that doesn't inherently mean they're better. Like, this unit is ranked better than Goku Frieza, whether it be because individually they're better, which they aren't, or team-wise they're better, which, again, they aren't. I don't know what the difficulty to use with Piccolo and Gogeta is. You spam green cards, you hopefully get a green card with Gogeta, and then you do your cards. There's no difficulty in this character? I don't think so at all. Maybe playing around the sub count stuff so you don't get absolutely fucking murdered, but wouldn't that mean they have a flaw, which other characters don't have that flaw, right? Goku Frieza, do they get fucking insta-murdered by blue cards? No, they go defense neutral. They don't care, right? So it's like, and by the way, this unit can lose their defense neutral. It's cancelable. And only Gogeta has it. I do not agree with this, obviously.
不安で、あとなんかな、妨害性能か、俺この時にも話したんです
Compared
け
to
ど、
the
この
latest,
妨害
they're
性能
harder
と
to
かもや
use, but
や
they're so
低め
high
なん
up,
で
it's crazy to
まあ
me.
ちょっとそこがね、懸念点ですが、ちょっと期待も込めて俺これよりは上にしました。あとね、遠距離必殺なんでね、復活前、復活後。なんで、ジャレンマに相当強く出れます。うん、そこがかなり評価できるかなっていうポイントですね。うん。というところで、まあ、復活の合体戦士
So
という
you're
ことで、
valuing the revival the most. That's what I'm reading here. It's just he values revival so much because they revive.
はい、ということで
Safety,
7
I
位が
guess.、
復活5自体になります。さあ、
Paths of Power 6, I don't fully agree. I don't fully disagree. I'm neutral on this. I'm whatever. He went up, huh? Nice, good for him. I'm neutral on this. I've said mutual. I'm neutral on this. This is a whatever placement. I could see him a little lower, like 7, 8, but 6, I would say is probably his peak, to be honest with you. But hey man, I get it. He's valuing revival units very high. Piccolo's right there. Picon's right there. There's 2 green revival units, both struggling in a neutral settings. They don't get it very easily in their neutral settings because one is cancelable and one is, what is it, on gauge or something like that. Piccolo gets his, which he could die before his gauge, especially from fucking Path to Power. 2 blast cards, he's fucking dead before gauge, Piccolo, by the way. But, even for full health, by the way. But, yeah, Path to Power, I actually understand this. I think this is an alright placement. I understand the value increase in him because green unit drops, purple unit goes up. So, we will skip through here and get into the next one, which is Ultra Kid Buu. 5, huh? That's high. 5 is high. The thing is, he has Goku Frieza so low. Like, because he's valuing, obviously, Kid Buu can just beat Goku Frieza, and that, you know, you have Kid Buu and Orange Piccolo to beat Goku Frieza, so they're not a struggle, right? But then he also has hit very high, and I guess he values Janemba to make hit just be slight work. So, in this rating of, like, what's going on so far, of how he's valuing characters, this makes sense. Again, I don't think Goku Frieza is that low. I don't think hit is that high. So, this is understandable from what the list has been showing me, but I don't personally see it. But I get where he's coming from. Like, Ken, you had this purple very low. You have this protection with a blue unit against this red who's like top 10 at the, you know, number 10 spot. And then you had this yellow-green protection against this purple, you know, blue character. So, I understand what he's mentioning here, at least with the premise of having him in fucking 5 here, but I don't agree. It's just I get what he means by him being 5. Like, it makes sense. UVB 4. This is very high. I'm curious what I can read here.
いやまあこの子ね、パイクーハンっていう雷遊系がねついに実装されて、しかも緑属性の合体選手ということで、まあ一緒に使えるね優秀なキャラが増えて、すごいね。
Oh, I get why he's 4. PyCon drop. UVB gets a safety net, right? Fusion gets safety net. He values UGB as like 11. What was it? I believe that was 11. So it's PyCon, UGB, UVB. You run that trio, and that can work. I'm trying to figure this because clearly we can't really read the explanations in like full detail. So I'm trying to like assume the thought process here to make this more, I guess, digestible for you and I. So the thought process is you have safety now, right? So UB goes up in his value because UB, he can deal with LS17. He's very low. He's not even a problem. He doesn't even exist. Who the fuck is LS17, right? So that makes sense. Kid Buu being below because UVB's right there. Who's UGB's protection, or rather UVB's protecting UGB and vice versa in their own protective natures. And then this guy here, Janemba, you have PyCon to deal with Janemba, which that is not really going to happen, but like that's a theory, right? It's a working theory that would be going on here, that UVB goes up or raises up to a top tier positioning here because PyCon protects UVB. And both are in feature boost UGB and PyCon. Can I see this? I've respected UVB a lot more recently, and I think I put him like 6th above Kid Buu even. 4 is really high, man. I could see him peaking, like copium peaking. 5, I can't see this guy 4. I get the premise behind this. Again, he just has more safety now, but also, actually, he's running with the, I guess he's also thinking of future because that first equipment is future, huh? Future does work decently. It's not great, but it works decently. Yeah, I can understand the premise of this.
でパイクーハンのね使いにくいライジング短縮
It's
が
hard to rush,
短い
exactly,
っていう
yes.
部分をね、この子を使えばライジング封印とかもね発動するんで、そこを絡めて
Yeah,
パ
rush
イクの
seal, so
待機
you're
回したり
safe.
とかもできるんで、
Safety,
相性いい
yeah,
ですね
safety, that's why it went up.
い
Or
やーマジ
is
で
here, so he's already 4, you can see it and change.
で再生パーティーだとね、ブー出されないっていう選択肢あるんですけど、
Interesting. How do you not change?
人造に対してはもうもろ強いね。もうエースがガン
Or it
マン
wasn't placed last time, I
そこ
don't
を
know.
究極でワンパンできるっていうのがね、まあ本当に優秀なところですね。
Yeah, he can
はい
OHKO the Gammas with their ult,
さら
or
に
his ult rather,
ま
which
あ
they always crazy.
もうね、フェスが控えてるということで、おそらくウルトラの
I like how the
方
Google
が来るんじゃないかなって言われてるん
translate just gives up right here.
で、
There it
そ
is,
のキャラ
back.
とも一緒にね、組み合わせることもできる。
Talking about Ultra Gogeta 4
まあまあまあ
It's funny.
まあまだまだ全然やれるでしょう。この間復刻来てて、今も来てんだっけな。まあ引いた人も結構いると思うんですが、まあそうね、ぜひ引いた方はね、フェスのウルトラ合体選手と一緒に使ってあげてほしいですね。うん。まあ未来パーティーがちょっとまあ、
So he wants you to use
環境
UVB,
波に比べて
UGB,
1ランク、
PyCon, which
2ランクぐらい下がってるイメージがあるん
Yeah, that makes sense.
で、
I can understand this. I don't fully agree. I think this is a little bit glazing, but I can understand where he's coming from here on UVB number 4. Gamma's number 3. Can I flat out agree with Gamma's number 3? I mean, 3, 4, it's nothing too crazy in difference. It's really just one spot. Besides the top 2, I don't think is anything like, whoa, in the difference, right? I think 1 and 2 usually is like a whoa difference that is like actually having to be like very specific. Anything below that, I think, you know, one swap different wouldn't be anything crazy. Like, again, UVB 4, when it probably could be glazed to 5 at peak, nothing crazy. And this as well. Gamma's probably 4, maybe even 5 at some points, but I don't fully understand why they're here because he's gassing up UVB, right? And it's not like the Gammas have protection. I mean, you're not running the Gammas with Janemba. That's just not a thing. Janemba's very strike-based. Gamma's very blast-based. They do not have synergy together. They do not just work together. It's just not a thing. So I'm a little confused how they're this high. Because LS17 is so low. You know, LS17 is not really, you know, helping out too much in a setting against UVB. So maybe they can go lower, especially on this specific list, because again, UVB is so high, Gamers would just go lower, like lower than UVB probably. Maybe, I guess, 1 spot higher, but 3, I don't know. 4, 5, yeah, I'd agree more, but 3 I feel like is a little bit high. I don't have any gripes against it. I just think it's a little bit high. Oh, number 2 is Cell.
ね、結構いいと思いますね。本当にベジブル入ってないパーティーに対してはマジでね、もう無双できるんで。ということで第3位が、ガンマコンビになります。さあそして第2位がセミちゃんですね。
I think he's 3, so I can agree with 2. I know, I just said you could, you could, very specific in 1 to 2. By the way, Janemba is going to be number 1 because he has not been mentioned. Which, no name it Goku, huh? I mean, this guy seems to be valuing that revival's a thing, and if they're green revival, oh my god, these blues are cooked. They can't do anything, they can't exist. That's what seems to be the case, right? Just from looking at the gauges of the numbering here, it seems like he just says, oh, well, you're fucked if you're blue right now, because there's green revival units. It just seems to be the case, right? Especially if your hard neutral does exist with, L17 has to have an ally dead, and Namek Goku does not have neutral, doesn't even do extra to greens like Cell does to yellows here. So, Namek Goku, I kind of get it. I wouldn't have fucking hit and UGB above Namek Goku, but I can understand the thought process behind that, right? Cell, though, number 2, I'd have him number 3, so I don't even mind this, actually, somewhat agree. And then number 1 here is Glazy Boy. Yeah, let's just watch this one.
もう強すぎる。強いし試合
He's already too strong.
って感じですね。ちょっと序盤こいつめっちゃ使って遊んでたんですがね、今のレート仕
Yeah,
様
makes
的
the
に
game
結構
seem
隠
fast
し
because
た
he does
と
so
マッ
much, I
チング
agree.
するんですが、もうその隠した相手をもうユニゲの究極で速攻心がへし折れて、もう本当にサクサク試合がこなせるし、再生パーティーってもう4色強いし何にでも対応できるし、安定感もね高い。もう試合早い上に何にでも対応できて安定感が高いっていうところで、本当にね強すぎる。もちろん劇場でも強いけど、特に再生で使うジャネンバすげえ強いなって感じますね。で、一応緑属性でもう対策キャラすごい早く来たよね。ジャネンバのね対策としてゴジータがね来たんですが、復活キャラということもあって、そのスペック自体は超ぶっ壊れというわけではなかったんで、あんまり関係ないのかな。もちろんね、遠距離スタスがね。
Since they're revival and not completely broken, have you met Revhon? Revhon? He was revival, he was fucking broken. What the fuck are you talking about? Rev Cell is pretty fucking good, not broken, but like really fucking good.
超絶脅威になるキャラでなかった。あと龍拳も一応ユニフラもらったけども、
He's saying Dragon Fist isn't threatening.
超絶ぶっ壊れてはなかったんで。
He's right, Dragon Fist kind of sucks still, unfortunately. He's basically saying greens don't matter, even against Janemba, which is fairly accurate. Again, you do take a lot, even though you'll pop that thing frame 1, he'll still do like 40% to your green unit. It's like, oh, I should probably run a revival for safety at that point, though a lot of units do heal consistently. I have Janemba number 2. Again, I feel like this unit's very glazed because people overrate the gauge. Like, it does do a lot of damage. People also get scared to pop it. And I think, again, units heal a billion times over, so popping it is never the worst case scenario. Matter of fact, I pop the gauge even if I don't have a green. I just, okay, let it fucking go. They'll play a little stupider because they just kind of get like this over ambitious feeling because they have Janemba. It feels like an auto win character at some points of matches. And then those kind of fumble and fold over the pressure because they're like, oh, well, I have my gauge as my backup. Oh no, we popped a frame 1, I kind of forgot. Or some stupid shit happens. It's just like the Janemba dies very quickly. And I think, especially against some green units here, which I'm kind of surprised he didn't mention Rev UI at all, like even at least from what we've seen. The concept even exists, considering he is really not far off from Orange Piccolo and PyCon. Rev UI is on Unireps, which is a solid team still, but I guess he just is devaluing Unireps because they're all very low on this list, right? They're like 9 through 12. But Janemba, everyone's got him up here. Again, I think this unit's a little bit overrated on his gauge specifically. His damage is very good. His whole entire kit is very good. I just think the gauge is overrated. I've been saying this. I've been saying that people just have to run different units at this point. And if you don't want to, then just take the fucking hit. You heal billion anyways. Shit, I've let my UVB take the hit and then I'll heal back up. But, me killing 2 characters because I got 1 snipe out by some stupid luck. I got a rush and then boom. My UVB, who was at 50%, 40%, is back to like 75% health because he's just healing himself. And it's like, oh, the fuck happened? Then I had main ability, then boom, 100% health. And it's like, oh, Janemba did his ult on UVB right there. It's like, the fuck happened? Nothing. I heal so much. So I do think that gauge is overrated. I can't put Janemba number one. Nope, I still think it's Goku Frieza by far. Clearly this list is disagreeing with that, but it's interesting to attempt to see the insights of somebody else from a different region that is, giving a very, to us, funky list, right? Obviously, it seems probably more accurate in their region, but again, I don't think region gap is really like a full argument you can make. It's just maybe the value that other regions have. It seems like this guy is valuing revival and I wouldn't say utility, I would say safety more than utility in revival than actual output units. Because like Goku Frieza, they're valued, where they are because they only do damage, right? They only can stop rushes, and that's like some utility. That's why they're in the list, but like they only do damage. But Piccolo, he's got the team, he's got revival, he's got support, and we gotta value him higher. And that's what seems to be going on. Though, I also say that. Then he also puts LS17 number 12, so I get a little confused, right? But overall, what do you guys think of this player? Again, previous rank 1 multiple times. Top 12 list of the current meta with the newest Pycon / Super Gogeta. If you guys want to see more reactions like this against, or rather through other people's lenses of like different regions, let me know. Not just Goresh, who does play in Japanese obviously, but again, just a different person's perspective. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.